below 10,600 on the Nifty. The Sensex is also coming under a fair bit of pressure. The Bank Nifty is down about 0.8% as well. Broader markets are seeing a deeper cut. What's going on? It's been like this for the last 3 days. Do you see more legs to this down move in the benchmark at least?
No, I think today the announcement that tomorrow we'll have the floor test at 4 o'clock, I think was a sort of a surprise. I think markets were expecting that possibly BJP could get a slightly longer period to actually mobilize support. But I think now with the floor test tomorrow, I think it's going to be a very close kind of battle. And in case there's a close battle, markets are obviously discounting the fact that in the next 24 hours, how BJP would gather support. The other key factor to monitor would be the crude price. I think crude prices have shot up above $80 a barrel. So I think taking both these factors into account, you're going to say you have been also seeing a regular profit booking. Escorts came out with very strong numbers, but despite that, the stock has corrected by almost 10%. So I think you're going to see a lot of swings on Monday morning. Hopefully, if the BJP does manage to get Karnataka in its fold, you could possibly see a kind of a strong opening, and then again the market should again continue to be stock specific.
But where is the momentum now? I mean, is there a chance of a pullback, or do you think this is a bout of profit taking, or this is global cues as well that are playing spoil sport? I mean, US yields are above 3%, crude, as you mentioned, another factor. FPIs have been pulling out month on month. Domestic buying may not be able to provide support. So is this more of a sell on rally kind of a market right now, or do you think we will stabilize at some point?
See, I think my guess is we could see even levels of 10,500, because once the Karnataka result is over, I think the markets would then concentrate on earnings. They would obviously look at the crude factor, and I think both the macro headwinds, the rupee as well as the crude factor, is actually against the markets. And if the rupee continues to remain weak, you could see a further sell-off. I think apart from the FIF flows, I think the markets are concerned that this could obviously impact most of the oil marketing companies, and typically Indian companies have a large import content. So I think clearly stocks like tires, or for that reason carbon black companies, I think you'll find a host of sectors which actually have traded at significant premium kind of valuation. So these stocks are definitely going to come under pressure.
All right, so you don't have a very positive view then any of these crude exposed areas. If we talk about tire stocks, OMCs, paint stocks, any positive view that you have at all?
I think definitely numbers would improve going forward. Hopefully we have a good monsoon, but if crude prices do rise, then you're going to see margin pressure impacting these companies, because there would be a lag before these companies actually raise prices and pass these to customers. So something like an Asian Paints, or maybe a Berger Paints, or for that reason even a company like Philips Carbon, or companies like JK Tires, which reported very strong numbers yesterday, the stock has not actually moved up that significantly, largely because markets are fearing that in case crude prices go up, this could be a factor which could actually go against most of these players. Although rubber prices have been softer, but crude is definitely an important component.